What you say?
I told you that it's time to start the
That
show.
you only meant well.
Yeah, the show's gonna do
Of
well.
course you did. What you say?
I said let's go.
That it's all for the best.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be like the best podcast.
What you say?
God, do I have to keep repeating myself?
Just what we need. You decided this.
Hold up, I
What
thought we
you
both
say?
decided to do this.
What did she say?
I said let's start the show.
Hey everyone, welcome to What You Say, an OC podcast. My name, as always, is Elise Daly,
And my name, only this week, is Scott Daly.
and together
We're the Dailies. Yes, this is the podcast where each and every week my wife Elise and I go through the hit 2000s teen drama, The OC, episode by episode. This week on the show, we're covering 2 more episodes in Season 3. Season 3, Episode 20, The Day After Tomorrow. And Season 3, Episode 21, The Dawn Patrol.
Yes, Scott, we're trying to get them all watched before this little baby comes.
We're running out of time.
2 more weeks, 4 more episodes.
After this week.
After this week.
6 more episodes in the season, including this week's.
Yes, well, I think we're gonna do it, right?
Fingers crossed.
Maybe not before he comes.
Fingers crossed,
The
legs
last
crossed.
episode might actually be with a baby.
Post-baby.
But it'll be okay.
Post-baby with Post Malone.
We can watch the episodes in the hospital
While you're in labor? That
yeah.
sounds like a fantastic idea.
Will you do that or no? You'll be distracted. It's fine.
I mean, I'll be a little distracted by the fact that you're in labor. Yes. Just a little bit. Not too much.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
Just a little. Okay, maybe we won't do that. Maybe we'll wait till we get home and he's sleeping
Yeah.
because he's going to be a really good sleeper.
Oh, he's going to be the best sleeper. He's going to learn how to sleep immediately. No training necessary.
You know, if he's been listening to me on like staying in and not coming out early, maybe I should really like be telling him about his sleep patterns too.
You should.
Because he's doing a good job listening.
Hopefully he's not listening to you snore.
Is that still bad? I'm sorry.
I love you, dear. I am not.
I wake up and my nose is all stuffy.
You're
and then
snoring like like it's your job to snore.
my
right
throat
now.
hurts when I wake up because I sleep with my mouth open
We started earlier this week, and it's
and
like
I snore.
you did not yawn at all. And then the second we start doing the
I
show,
just get so bored talking to you.
wow. Hey, can we talk about Rosies and Thornies?
Yeah. So the Rosies and Thornies is the part of the podcast where Scott and I look back on the week and we talk about what's good, what's bad, what we like to call our Rosies and our Thornies. We're going to do this with our little guy too once he comes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he won't be on the show, but we'll just make it a
No, he'll be on the
daily
show.
practice.
Like
No.
he's got week 1 casting call to be on the show.
No, he won't know words. As always, we're going to start with the bad. So, Scott, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay. Tell me what's so bad.
I can't drink alcohol anymore, which I
Yes,
guess.
you can.
So this week,
We had a fun weekend.
I kind of I decided this myself, and this has nothing to do with you. I just decided
Yeah.
that I'm going to have a baby.
Well, I'm going to have the baby.
I'm gonna watch you have a baby, and then I'm gonna be a parent. Mm-hmm. And the opportunities to just have like a fun, get a little toasty on some alcohol weekend are gonna be much more rare in the near future, and also have been rare, really all year. Because I don't like to like drink by myself, and you've been pregnant for half the year, so I'm not just like we're out at home because of COVID, and I'm not just gonna like get wasted.
Remember when I was making all those really good margaritas during quarantine?
Oh my god, that was
Oh,
so
they
good.
were so good.
And then I knocked you up, and that went away.
Yep. Your own fault.
So the point is, we just decided that we were gonna go like do one kind of final hurrah for me, and we did it with 2 of our friends who just had a child of their own back in January. And so they were doing it as like we get to go out for the first time since we had the baby, and we were doing it as this is the last time we're going to go out for a while. And I had 3 beers over the course of 4 hours. And I'm not going to lie to you, babe. I was pretty drunk. And we got home, and I passed out
You did.
on the couch at like 7 o'clock.
You did.
And that's very abnormal behavior for me. I don't go to bed early. I don't take naps.
No.
It was
Needed some munchy food.
And
I
yeah.
drove.
I am a large person comparatively.
Yeah.
So like I'm used to like
Being able to drink more.
yeah. Like you can drink quite a bit and not have to worry about getting wasted. And I mean, like the weird
Gotta
thing,
build that tolerance back up.
the weird thing is I wasn't wasted. Like I didn't feel like wasted. Like college, I just had 3 and I just got sleepy. I just got really sleepy. And then of course I
Happens to
woke
the
up.
best
I
of
woke up
us.
at 1 a.m. and I felt like absolute shit. And it was 3 beers. So my thorn is that
And the Bloody Marys, whenever you were drinking those with my sister, didn't get you that
I think
bad?
that was so
It
stretched
just
out.
took such a... Okay.
Like I think I had 3 Bloody Marys over the course of a whole day. Like I think it was just really stretched out. And I mean, this was craft beer because we went to a fancy brewery, so it was a little bit stronger than normal beer. And I haven't had beer.
It's a good thing we didn't go to the distillery.
I haven't had beer in forever because I was on a cider kick for a while there, and you don't like beer. So the point is, my college Scott, the realization this summer was as I enter into parenthood, I realize that the college me is truly gone, and the most I can get away with these days is having like a beer with a meal or like watching a football game on an afternoon, and that's it.
It's okay.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not like really upset about it. It was just I learned that very quickly as you were driving me home, and I'm like sitting there like I'm pretty drunk. I didn't expect it.
Well, that's okay. I'm glad you admitted it to yourself, and we'll work to get your tolerance back
It's important
because both of them, yours and mine, will need some work.
We'll have a baby, dear.
Yeah. So?
Okay.
So?
Okay. What's your bad?
Well, I haven't really had a whole lot of bad stuff, so I figured I could just complain about pregnancy stuff.
I would like to say you have complained about pregnancy stuff very little.
Yeah.
And not just on this podcast, just in general.
Yeah.
You've been pretty, I mean, not that I'm saying you're allowed to complain, but you haven't much.
No, I mean, today I feel like the tummy's getting tighter, and that's, I guess, what's uncomfortable. And I got this one spot where my abs are evidently like ripping apart. That's very sensitive, but
Yeah, because that baby's getting big.
yep.
We did our final sonogram today.
Yep. 6 pounds, 6 ounces.
We still got 3 weeks left, so he'll be probably about 8 pounds. 8 pounds?
We could make a bet, a poll, a guessing
An
game
over-under?
on Doof.
Is it like Price is Right? Mm-hmm. Like close to that going over? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Do you think
Yeah,
that'd
who
be
wants
good?
to, everyone, doofmedia@gmail.com with the weight of our son, the birth weight of our son,
And the day you think he's going to come.
and the day. His due date is the 20th. And he's currently 6 pounds, 6 ounces with 19 days left. So, guess.
Yeah. What should we do if they win?
I don't know. We can give him something.
Okay, we'll think of it.
Like a mug? Or a shirt or something?
we'll just record our little guy crying and just send them that.
That's a
Just
surprise.
kidding. We won't do that to you.
Surprise.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just decided to complain because my tummy's pretty tight these days. My back's starting to hurt, but that's evidently a sign of pre-labor. So
Uh-oh.
that's
Uh-oh.
a good thing.
Uh-oh. I
But
think...
according to the doctor, she'll see me next week.
Yeah.
My appointment.
Yeah, you're not... The important thing for us was you getting through this week, because then it's
Yeah,
your
I
spring
need to
break.
get through this week.
And we're good. And it looks like that's going to happen. So
Yeah.
he will not be born...
Well, now you're giving away too many clues for these people who are going to guess.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
stop. Get off your phone. What are you doing on your phone?
I got an email from the North Texas Toll Authority, and I was like, "What? What do you want? I don't
No,
drive anymore."
Stop paying attention to that. Pay attention
I'm
to
sorry.
me.
I'm paying
Tell me about
attention
your
to-
rose.
My rose is the Golden Globes.
What about the Golden Globes?
The Golden Globes were on TV last night. The people that have been listening to the show for a while probably know that you and I are like big awards junkies. We like award shows. We think they're
We
fun
are.
to watch. And back in the day, before there was a horrible pandemic and you were allowed to see people still, we would have pretty big Oscar parties. We had the one year was way too big
It
in
was
my
way
little
too big.
apartment. It was my little 1-bedroom apartment. It was way too big. But
It was fun.
next year, maybe. Next year we'll have like a fucking baller
Will
Oscar
we?
party. Yeah. in our new big house, and everyone, you bring your kids. God, we're gonna have to, man. I think it just hit me that I'm gonna have a kid right then when I said bring your kids.
Yeah, you know what time their bedtime is?
7:30.
At least.
That's when the Oscars start. Leave your kids at home
And
with the babysitter.
Yeah.
The point is, the Golden Globes were on last night, and this was not the first award show that's taken place in like a pandemic social distancing environment, but the first of this year's like the big movie. I think the Emmys did this earlier in the year, but this is like the big movie, the first of the big award season movie shows. And there was some interesting things with this show, at least. In some ways, it was bad and unorganized and hectic, and I hated whenever they broke all the stars into Zoom rooms and like they just had to awkwardly talk to each other while a camera sat on screens.
They didn't initiate like who is in charge of talking. When you put people in breakout rooms, you have to assign roles. It's like they've never led professional development for adults before.
But
Yeah.
the parts that I did enjoy were the window into the background of the celebrities and what they chose to show and what they didn't chose to show.
It was kind of funny.
Like, for example, Jeff Bridges, who was he just looked like he was in the spare bedroom converted to office in like our house.
2000s, yeah.
And he was just
Home
wearing like a shirt. He was just wearing a shirt. Just wearing like a button up. Just like a normal like plaid button up. He just looked like
Why not?
He just looked like a Midwestern dad hanging out in his, like he looked like a normal human being.
Jodie Foster in her PJs.
Yeah, Jodie Foster was in her PJs.
I mean, I will say hers are her silk PJs,
Yeah.
so I'm sure they were ridiculously expensive.
I think my favorite though was Jason Sudeikis, who is in a tie-dye, like the biggest looking tie-dye hoodie you've ever seen. He's got his Ted Lasso like 80s Chicago mustache.
He did not expect to win.
He did. Oh, that's the thing with this whole thing is like at an award show in general, if you don't think you're going to win, you get wasted. But if you don't think you're going to win and you're at your house, you're going to get trashed. And Jason Sudeikis did not expect to win. And he's in London right now filming Ted Lasso season 2. So it was 3 a.m. and he was trashed. And then he won and he had to give a speech and he's talking about like this Tolstoy book he reads for his children. And
Don Cheadle's like giving him the wrap up sign.
And it's just like, what the fuck is going on? But you know what? It was a sign to me, like as much as it was different, it was also a sign to me of things returning to normal a little bit. Like we're doing this award show stuff again. And like there's people, I was annoyed that some people won. I was annoyed that some people didn't win. And it just felt very normal to me in a lot of ways too.
Well, and the thing is, we have these expectations of what has been normal, and we haven't changed things because there has never been a need for it.
Mm-hmm.
And so now that things have changed, who's to say they're not going to do it the exact same as what they did before in like next year? You know, like
yeah,
there
I mean,
are aspects that are good, but
if every year could be me watching Jason Sudeikis in a hoodie drunk at 3 a.m. giving an acceptance speech. Yeah.
I'm just like, in all aspects of life, there are things that have really helped put certain things into perspective that people have been unwilling to change about probably all types of jobs, all types of relationships, all types of dynamics. And I think that that's something that's good that has come from all of this. So.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Joaquin Phoenix was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just like this was a window into celebrity in a way that we don't normally get to see. Because like some people like Aaron Sorkin were in this like elaborate giant marble floor room with like a $3,000 guitar in the background. And I'm pretty sure that was just an Airbnb. Like, I don't think that's actually Aaron Sorkin's house. And he's surrounded by women. And then you have Jeff Bridges, who's just in like just hanging out. And then you have people that obviously went to hotel rooms and like are like filming on location, and they've got like fancy setups.
Peter Morgan just in his office that looks like really boring with all of his British literature to the side.
and like a giant printer. He had like
Yeah.
a giant printer.
It's just fun.
It was really good. It was really good. It was a lot of fun. Some of it was clunky. Like I think no one told, the thing that they've learned from this is that no one told the winners like when they're supposed to start talking. And so like every single winner was like, am I on? Am I supposed to, like, they read the award and then they turned on the mic for the person immediately. And no one told the person in charge of fading out the music to fade it out onto. It was very sloppy.
Yeah.
But it's a learning pain. This is a new thing, and I don't know. It was as annoying as all award shows are annoying, and as good as all award shows can be good.
So I'm looking forward to the Oscars to see if they're going to do it the exact same. What did they learn?
Yeah.
Hopefully they learned about the breakout rooms.
I think that Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, I love them. I think them being on different coasts was a choice born out of necessity, and they did about as good as they could. But I think you really need those two women in the same room.
I don't
together.
think they had to have been in different rooms. I think they just did it in order to give more space and in order to have the bi-coastal event because they could.
I guess that's
because
true.
they had people that were in both of the areas that were, so
I guess that's true.
that was their own choice.
Yeah. We'll see how the Oscars go. I think the Oscars are in April this year because everything got delayed.
Why not?
Everything got delayed. So
Yeah. So
yeah, I enjoyed the Globes.
me too. It was fun. Scott, something else that I enjoyed this week was our final piece of furniture that we needed for our nursery arrived, and we finally got the nursery done. And Scott has been so excited
God.
because that has been something that I have been just holding over his head and complaining about not having it done. But we got it all done. We got the drawer inserts so that everything is nice and organized and folded. Everything's washed and ready. We are to the point where we can have a kid, bring him home, and keep him alive. So that's what's good.
We're good, baby.
Yeah.
The only thing
and it looks really nice.
The only thing I'm uncomfortable about right now is the baby monitor.
Why?
Well, because we've installed it, but we haven't gotten to test it.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten to connect it to our phone because it's a year and you don't.
I don't know when it starts.
I mean, when we're like 5 days to due date and he's not here, can we just just turn it on? Because
Sure.
I want to make sure it's working.
Sure.
And everything.
No problem with that.
Okay. But yeah, it's done. And it looks great.
I think it looks
so
awesome.
great. I love what you did with it. I love the choices you made. Everything looks wonderful.
You think the bookshelf works?
It's
I know you were iffy about the bookshelf.
you got this. I mean, it's just like
It looks nice, doesn't it?
it's
It
like
does.
form over function.
But it looks nice.
It's
doesn't
I
it?
mean, it's a nice looking bookshelf, but it's like my bookshelves are like practical, and this is like it's a circle, and I don't know. It's weird.
I like it.
It works.
I like
it works
the whole
for
nursery.
The room.
I do.
It works for
I
the
love
room.
it.
Great. Nursery's done. We did it. I'm so proud of us.
Hooray.
All right.
Now, after Friday, little guy can come.
Come on, little guy. Come on,
Okay.
little baby.
Little guy. Little dude.
Remember when he was the size of a poppy
I
seed?
do. And we called him Poppy.
We
But
called him
thought
Poppy for the first few
We
weeks.
thought he was going to be a girl.
We assumed.
But that's okay because I now get to sing I like it when they call me Big Poppy to him every day and have him bounce back and forth. You like it when we call you Big Poppy. Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
He's going to be the coolest kid around.
It's gonna
Okay.
be so weird.
Scott,
Yeah.
let's move on. We're going to talk about the OC. So,
We still talk about that show?
we do. So, The Day After Tomorrow is the 20th episode in season 3 of The OC. It was written by Layla Gerstein and directed by Norman Buckley. And then our second episode that we watched this week was called The Dawn Patrol. It's the 21st episode of season 3. I'm sorry. I think it's the way that I sit in this chair because even on the couch, I don't yawn. Like, I don't yawn all day until here. And it's not that I'm like bored. I really do think it's probably with my positioning.
Sure, babe.
Anyways, so sorry. It's the 21st episode of season 3 of The OC and it was written by Mike Kelly, directed by Ian Toynton. The original air dates of these episodes were April 6th and 13th, so just 1 week apart for each. So
As
go ahead,
usual.
Scott, and tell me about what these episodes were about.
You know, I think we've really gotten to know Ian Toynton over the course of this show. I feel like I know him as a person,
Yeah.
and I like what he does with his cameras.
Good.
He's got a good eye, that Toynton.
Glad you think so.
All right, first up we have the day.
This is a long summary too. I just wanted you to know.
Oh, God.
Did you
Oh, my God.
I copied it and
Yeah,
I was
yikes.
so shocked. It's really long.
First up, we have the day after tomorrow. When college acceptance and rejection letters are received, the kids must consider what path they are going to follow. Summer is accepted into Brown University, whereas Seth is not. Not wanting to hold back Summer from such a grand opportunity, Seth lies by telling Summer and everyone that he did get accepted into Brown and begins to treat Summer badly. Ryan and Sadie try to decide what Ryan will do after high school when he is accepted into Berkeley. Melissa is also accepted into Berkeley, but does not know if she wants to leave.
Marissa. You said Melissa.
Does not know if she wants to leave Newport. Meanwhile, Sandy tries to resolve the conflict between the unscrupulous and mob-connected Henry Griffin and the hotshot, these adjectives, the hotshot Matt, where Mr. Griffin tries to bribe Sandy into not filing charges against him. Accepting a college in France, a joyful Taylor holds a college... She's going to France? Did we know that?
They probably just got off of the sweatshirt because they didn't say it.
A joyful Taylor holds a college acceptance bonfire party where Summer and Marissa try to fix their friendship problems, and Sadie decides not to move into Berkeley with Ryan after seeing that it will hold him back, and she leaves for Portland for good.
You know what I love about this summary?
Holy shit, that was a long summary.
You know what I love about it though? It makes it sound like the party was Taylor's party.
No, it was...
Not as I know, but like look at it.
Yeah.
And so Taylor's throwing a party and all these people are coming. Like, way to go, Taylor.
Did you
You've
have...
made it.
So it's a sweatshirt party.
Yeah.
So where everyone wears the sweatshirt for the college they get into. Did you
Yeah.
have any kind of thing like that in college or
No.
high school? Neither
No.
did we.
I think I've seen at one of the high schools that we have in the district that I work in, they have a wall where you can go and hang your acceptance letter and like put a pennant up. And
That's cool.
anytime like during the year that you get it, you can put it up there. But that's all that I've seen lately. And it's supposed to be like people are encouraging students to do that more because that helps them. It encourages the people who are younger to be a part of college. And so,
But
I
do we
think it's
want to
important.
encourage the young people to go to college? Because we have a student debt crisis right now, babe.
Yeah, I think we should encourage them to go to college.
Well, some people should go to college, but not everyone should go to college.
No, but it should be something to where if you want to consider it, then yeah, do it.
Yeah. We saw an A&M sweatshirt.
Yeah.
We did not see a Baylor sweatshirt. So
Well, I'm not
my
a state
college
university.
wins again.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sha.
My college was mentioned in Grey's Anatomy.
My college got robbed from the national championship this year. I'm sad.
It's okay.
It's fine. We're going to be even better next year, even though we lost our quarterback.
Why'd you lose him?
He's going away.
Is he going to the NFL?
Yeah, he's graduated.
Oh, that's a bummer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but other
So what did
than
you think
this
of this
part of the
episode?
summary, I mean, we'll get into really a lot of what I didn't like about both of these episodes in my thorns, and it really starts here. And I'm glad that they're showing how they're going to move forward as far as like college goes, but there's always the question of when you're a high school show and then your characters go to college, are you really going to make it? And so they're really trying. They're saying that they're going to be having the kids go to college. But it's not my favorite. I'm glad Sadie's gone.
Sadie was boring.
Sadie was boring.
Goodbye, Sadie.
But this was a sad episode where like everybody broke up.
Everybody.
Like, everybody had relationship issues.
I mean,
this
Marissa
episode.
and Volchek broke up.
No, they didn't. They're the only one that didn't break
Well, they're
up.
not a real
Good job.
relationship. Sandy and Matt broke up.
Yeah.
Sandy and his morals broke up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to talk about this a lot, but I just want to say on the top, I fucking hate Seth in this episode. I hate Seth in both of these episodes.
Yeah.
He acts like a total fucking jerk. Like, and they try really hard to motivate it. We'll get into this in a rose, but like, they tried to give him a reason for it, and it's just it's a stupid bad reason, and I don't like it. I don't like it. The episodes were fine. They weren't quite as uninteresting.
And the thing is like, we don't like it because, well, okay, so the reason he broke up with her and his being awful is because he wants her to go to Brown. But then
Yeah.
this episode, she says she is only going to go to Brown because of Seth, even though previously she said she wanted to go to Brown now because it's her dream and she never thought that she could. So there's just
there's that whole
so
episode
many
where they
different
competed
things
about getting into
Yeah.
Brown, and the Raiders just totally forgot about that whole episode.
So many different things that are just, going back and forth for the sake of the show. But anyways,
It's disappointing. I have no problem with the show manufacturing conflict like this, like to a couple dating and then one of them not getting into the school they both wanted to go to is a great. It's ripe for good
Yeah.
storytelling and conflict.
why not?
The thing they did with it is the most boring possible route to go, which is just Seth lies again. And it's
Yeah.
like, instead of actually having them, and presumably they're going to get to this because of course he's going to eventually tell her. All that
Of
is going to happen
course.
eventually. And they're going to get there, but before they get there, it's like they're stalling for time because those are going to be like the last few episodes of the season is when the two of them are dealing with the fact that what do we do now that we're not going to the same school? What does our relationship look like now? Instead, they're just going to stall that and have this stupid manufactured "I'm not in love with you anymore" Summer bullshit. Just like stop it. But that's moving into episode 2,
Yeah.
which is called The Dawn Patrol.
Yes.
What is this one, Elise? Read it for me.
So for the Dawn Patrol, Ryan leaves Newport to invite Dawn, his mom, to graduation but hesitates. Summer and Taylor try to discover what Seth is hiding from them. Seth declines his love for Summer. Julie confronts Volchik about his relationship with Marissa. Meanwhile, Sandy begins to pay more attention to the Newport group than his home life. Sorry, I can read. It was just at a really bad angle. So the letters were like blurring together.
That's fine, baby. That's fine.
Yeah. What did you think of the Dawn Patrol, Scott?
This is just an extension of what I didn't like about the first one, and that they're just carrying. I think this actually takes the annoyance of the first episode with Seth and makes it worse. And we'll talk about that in a second. I will say, I liked the Ryan and Dawn stuff a lot. Dawn, which by the way, I don't know if you knew this, but Dawn is the name of Ryan's mother.
Yeah, I said that.
You forgot that last week, and I remembered it, and so I just want to make sure.
Of course.
Dawn is Ryan's
You're the keeper
mother.
of all knowledge.
Yeah,
I am
Ryan's mother.
I'm dumb. I know nothing.
Dawn
Call me Jon Snow.
Summers is the character from Buffy, but Dawn
Do you even know his last name?
Atwood is the character
Took
from
you a
the
while.
OC.
Took you a while.
I liked that stuff.
Marissa's last name?
Cooper,
Summer's last name?
Roberts,
Marissa's sister?
no, not Taylor.
No, not Taylor.
Start with a T? No,
No.
Caitlin.
Summer's brother?
Summer has a brother? Summer doesn't have a brother.
Good job, Scott. Good job.
That's a trick question.
Ryan's brother.
Trey.
Okay.
I got it. I got
There
it.
you go. You got it. What's the Nana's name?
The Nana.
It's true. It's the Nana. Okay. Now that you know the characters.
Let's just get into our Rosies and Thornies because I feel like these summaries summed up the episodes pretty good.
They did. I mean, they were very long.
I
so
will say
they
before
did.
we get into that, the Volchek stuff is really interesting because at the end of this episode, it appears that Marissa is almost like going to come back a little bit.
And I think we need to talk about this because it's not in either of our Rosies or Thornies. And yeah, there's a moment where Marissa's mom goes to the apartment where Volchik lives because she's looking for Marissa. And she basically has been saying how much she's worried about her to Dr. Roberts. And then decides she's just going to go and find her because someone from the school called and said that Marissa
Because she's
didn't
been
show
skipping
up.
school like crazy, even
And
though she
so-
got into Berkeley.
She finds where Volchik lives and goes and she like knows that Marissa's there and can hear. And so she has this whole speech about how she's the one that's always there and Marissa always knows that she can go back to her no matter what. And you see Marissa legitimately take it to heart and feel happy about it. And then
But
she has an experience, the second episode, where she kind of sees really the types of people that she's hanging out with and how awful they are.
Yeah, they were
They were
raping
gonna-
a girl.
yeah.
I mean, not to get too much of a serious bummer, but like these
They
three
drugged
men
a girl.
drugged a girl and were raping her in a van.
Yeah.
And these are the type of dudes that her new boy toy hangs out with.
Yeah. And she goes and she takes the girl away from what was happening. But
Yeah.
anyways, I think that that's good for her to realize that the people that she's hanging out with are not the type of people that she should be hanging out with.
But I don't know if I believe that this means it's the end of it because
Yeah, I mean, we don't know that it is.
Yeah.
Based on this episode, I know, but
well, it
how it
certainly
ends up-
leaves us more positive because the end of the first episode is she kind of patches things over with Summer, which is good.
Yeah.
But she also finds herself at the sweater party, like without anyone, right?
Yeah.
She doesn't have anyone to talk to. Ryan's off with his girl. Seth and Summer are fighting, and Marissa's just kind of alone, and that's where she falls into the arms of Volchek, who is just like obsessed with her for some reason.
she's cute and she has money.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so there's the reason. There's pretty good reasons. But the second episode, yeah, I mean, I'm much more hopeful about her ability to pull herself back from this. But
Yeah.
we also have 4 more episodes in the season, so I don't know.
true.
Okay,
It's
so
true.
let's go into our rosies and thornies of the episode. We've kind of been circling around what is actually going to be both of our thorns.
Yeah.
I tried to come up with something different because we don't like to double down, but I've just hated this so much that it would be
Well, there's 2
disingenuous.
episoes worth of awfulness for this.
So both of our roses and thorn this week,
Both of our thorns. not
both of our
roses.
thorns,
Yeah.
are Seth Cohen,
Yeah. So
the fucking asshole.
let's just talk about the first episode. And
Okay.
so the first episode is all the college acceptance, and then they put rejection letters because Seth is the only one that gets rejected. And he is so upset about not getting into Brown, like happy that Summer is going, but does not want Summer to lose out on the experience of going to Brown.
That's what he says.
So instead of telling her the truth, he decides to lie and says that, first of all, he got in, and then says that he's not sure that he wants to go. And by saying he's not sure that he wants to go, that is Summer reading into it and how he wants her to read into it.
I don't want to be
That
with
they
you
don't want to be
anymore.
together
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
And you need to not be with me so that you can go and live this dream, which is great. And I need to stay back because I'm not good enough for it. And so it's like he wants all this pity party without having to actually tell anybody really what happened, pity party. And so he breaks up with her. And it's,
The thing is, it's cowardly.
Yeah.
It's so cowardly. And, like, on the one hand, like, I get the initial reaction. You come down the stairs, you've just gotten rejected by your dream school. Your best friend and the love of your life got accepted. And so, in that split second, you lie, right? You just say, yeah, me too. And then maybe a day later, you're like, hey, I lied.
yeah.
But no, he's not doing that, right? He's carrying the lie forward. In fact, so much that he's not just lying to Summer. He's not just lying to Ryan, although Ryan is the only one he eventually tells. But he's lying to his parents, too, which, like, how's that going to work, bud? Your parents, are they going to, like, send a check to Brown? Like, it's just...
Well, he just tells them all that he doesn't want to go anymore.
Yeah. I
mean,
mean,
that's
but
what
actually,
he
we
did.
don't... I don't think there's a scene where
We
he
didn't
tells his
see that,
parents.
but no.
He hasn't explained this to his parents. He's leaving his parents in the dark. It's stupid. And there's this point in the middle of the episode, of the first episode, where I really thought it was going to redeem itself. Where he has a talk with Ryan. He tells Ryan the truth. He didn't get in. And Ryan basically says the thing that, of course, anyone should know, which has been Seth's constant problem with Summer, which is just fucking tell her the truth and let her make the decision. Let her make the decision whether she wants to go to Brown or not. You're taking her decision away from her. You're Spider-Manning her again. Instead of the upside down kiss, it's the I won't date you because it'll put you in harm's way. And Mary Jane's like, isn't that a decision I should get to make? He's doing it again. And then so by the end of the episode, you think he's had this pep talk from Ryan. He's going to do the right thing. He's going to tell her.
Nope.
And then he fucking doesn't.
Nope.
And he just says, I don't want to go to Brown anymore. I don't actually like Brown. Me.
Yeah. Well, and then you have the whole next episode where Summer's upset that Seth broke up with her, and she decided that since Seth didn't break up with her in the first one. Sorry, she
No.
broke up with him.
She just says it's over and storms off at the end of the episode.
In the second episode, she says, "I take it back. I'm the one that did it. I have the power, so I have the power to undo it, and we're back together." And she does that because she's trying to figure out really what was the reason that he was saying all of this, because there has to be something.
She teams up with our favorite character Taylor to investigate what's going on with Seth.
Which I'm going to go ahead and say right now, since we're going to talk about this whole thing, that is my rose for the episode.
Okay.
Because Taylor and Summer's relationship in both of these episodes just makes me really happy. And, Summer and Marissa have had the whole conflict because Marissa's not telling Summer anything, but Taylor has come in and really sincerely wants Summer and Seth to be together.
Yeah.
And so her helping is just, I think it's so kind. And
it's great.
I love that they actually have a friendship now. And so, yeah, Taylor tries to help Summer because after Summer gets back together with Seth, then Seth decides, I have to break up with her. So then that's when Seth breaks up with her. And Summer is just trying to figure out what to do. And so Taylor and Summer decide to
the coffee cart
scene. And
which
so they
Taylor was
decorate
there.
the whole student lounge. And then, Summer stands on the coffee cart and is like, the only thing missing from your breakup is that you didn't tell me you don't love me anymore. And so you have to tell me you don't love me. But the thing is, Scott, like what I said when we were watching it, he does love her. So he's going to tell her that he doesn't love her so that then she'll go do what he wants her to do.
Oh, I hate it. It's so stupid.
I know. You know what? It's high school relationships.
It's so stupid. And then you know what the worst part of it is? You know what the worst part of it is?
What?
By the end of the episode, he says, I think I just made the biggest mistake of my life.
Yeah.
I need help getting Summer back. Ryan, help me plan for how to get Summer back. Dude, just fucking tell her the truth and you'll get her back. Done. Hooray.
Well, you may not get her back because she, last time said, you'd better never lie to me again.
But
and then he does it.
They don't need a late night planning session for this plan. Just go call your girlfriend on the phone. Say, hey, we need to talk. I didn't get into Brown, and I didn't tell you that because I didn't want you to not go because I think it's important to you. And have a fucking adult conversation about your shit. You stupid kids.
Scott,
stupid kids.
Seth hasn't turned 18 yet, so he's still not an adult.
He's a stupid kid, and I hate him. I hate him.
He's bad.
Summer is so much better than this kid.
Yeah.
Summer and Taylor should go to Brown together, and then, I don't know, maybe it's college, just experiment and fall in love, and that should be the show. That should be season 4.
Summer and Taylor
and Brown together. It's not the OC anymore. It's the RI.
The Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, Rhode Island isn't a real
it's
island.
A state too.
I understand that. I understand.
And so.
But remember when she said, "I'm literally being sent to a barren, a deserted island," and Taylor's like, "Actually, Rhode Island is only surrounded on 3 sides."
It's a peninsula.
Not now, Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah, Seth sucks, and the thing is, they basically undo it by the end of the episode. I mean, they have not formally undone it, but it makes it very clear
by the end of the second episode.
Yes,
yeah.
They make it very clear where it's going from here, and he's just going to come up with some stupid, elaborate thing that is not just telling her the truth. We had a whole episode where he wrote down all the bad things he's done and gave the paper to her as if you lie to me again, I'm going to give this paper to your dad. So we've done the Seth lies to Summer thing so many times. Tell her the truth.
It's just hard to do, Scott.
It's not.
The truth
it's
hurts.
really not. It's really not.
Truth hurts.
Fucking kids. This is why I can't watch teen shows anymore, because kids are idiots.
Yeah. So,
Speaking of idiot kids, talk to me about some idiot kids. Let's talk about your rose a little bit. We
I
touched on
did.
this.
I shared it.
Yeah, but
that's all I want to talk about with
I want to talk
Let's
about
talk
it a little
about
more.
your rose.
No, I want to talk about yours a little bit more.
But it's my rose, and I'm done with it.
Well, fine. Then my rose is also Taylor and Summer's relationship, and I'm going to talk about it a little more. The only thing I wanted to say about Taylor and Summer's relationship is obviously for the longest time, Taylor has been way more into Summer and Seth than Summer and Seth have been into Taylor. And they've mostly just like made fun of her and her eagerness to be part of their group. I feel like in these 2 episodes, Summer started being way nicer to Taylor for the first time ever. And I really appreciated that.
And you really loved the first episode whenever we were at not Taylor's party, but evidently Taylor's party. And she was grabbing Sadie and told her that, it was the 4 core, but, she's really on the outside of the 4 core. So she's like second to the 4 core.
Yeah, but she's like on the outer bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
She's waiting to get in. Yeah, it was great. Okay, my rose.
Okay, your rose. I thought it was mine's. So you don't have a rose anymore.
No.
You just want to talk about mine.
I want to talk about Ryan
You
Atwood.
stole my rose and my thorn.
I didn't steal anything. I just lied so you would let me talk about things.
And what have we learned from Seth Cohen?
Don't ever tell the truth.
Okay.
I want to talk about Ryan and his mom a little bit.
Okay,
So this second episode is the one in which Ryan heads to Albuquerque to meet up with his mother and invite her to the graduation. And I think this is a really well done storyline that's very touching. The only weird part about it is Ryan meets this girl while he's in Albuquerque,
Chloe,
who is a waitress that works with Ryan's mother. And like the first thing he does is bang her.
Why not?
It just seemed like it was neat. Good for you, Ryan. Way to go. Way to get it in. It just felt unnecessary to the story they were trying to tell there. It's like she wouldn't help him unless they had had sex first or something. Because she ends up being pretty key to Ryan working out his shit with his mother. She's a very key piece of that.
I think it was important for him to realize that he had misjudged her.
Yes.
And that whole relationship between them two and what he had like shared with Seth. And that was the same thing he was doing to his mom. And so by recognizing her and like,
oh, I see. Because she had sex with him so soon, he was putting her into the whore bucket.
Yeah.
That's the same way he's doing this to his mother.
Yeah.
And his mother's new boy. I gotcha.
Yeah.
No, okay. I like it now.
That's what they were doing.
Okay. I like that.
Thank you.
But I thought it was really touching.
But what? Don't thank me. Thank whoever it was that wrote it. I forgot his name. Thank Mike Kelly.
Mike Kelly. Good job, Mike.
Like Mike.
I thought it was a really touching storyline that Ryan is like maybe for the final time on the show, I don't know, dealing with his long list of issues with his mother. Like they kind of set this up in the birthday episode that I didn't realize that his mom is doing okay, but not great. And couldn't
she
make
is
it.
So happy and so proud of Ryan in this episode. And I mean, like, really every time that you see her and it's something that deals with Ryan, like she lights up. She may not be the best person and make the smartest decisions, but she has always had like just glowing eyes for him.
I mean, she's put him. She's made so many mistakes in her life, mistakes that have hurt him specifically.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like the big decisions, she puts him first.
And you know what else is sweet?
What?
The fact that even though they hadn't shared with Ryan, Sandy and Kirsten have been sending her all of this stuff so that she can keep up with him.
Yeah, it's so sweet. The whole thing is just so heartwarming, and it seems like this woman has really gotten her shit together. And Ryan assumes that this guy she's dating is no good again. Which, to be fair to Ryan, his mother has a very bad track record with men. So to make that assumption right away, like, makes sense. But he didn't even give her the benefit of the doubt at all. Which, I mean, again, like, she hasn't earned that. But he just, like, flat out refused to listen to reason.
I mean, I'm a judger. I admit it. But it's really sad when you continue to do that and you don't ever give them at least an opportunity for you to make judgments.
And I think it's important to him, like, his relationship with his mother is going to change because he's about to be 18. Yeah. He's going to be an adult.
He is 18.
He is? Oh, yeah, he is 18.
He had his birthday.
He's 18. He's an adult now. And as an adult, your relationship with your parents change.
And with the law.
Yeah, that's true. And so I think this is a good step in seeing his mother as a flawed person who made plenty of mistakes, and there's plenty of reasons to hate her, but recognizing that she's a person and recognizing that it's very important to her to be there to celebrate her son, who she's incredibly proud of. Great moment, well earned. Best part about either of these two episodes. Really loved it. I love when they treat Ryan like a human being who has issues beyond whatever
Marissa.
Girl he's dating.
Yeah, it's
which
great.
is Marissa most of the time. Yeah. Which makes me assume that these next 4 episodes are just going to be about Ryan dealing with Marissa issues, because they can't, if they go away from it for like an episode, they have to make up for it for like the rest of the show.
Yeah.
So can't wait for
We'll
that.
see. 4 episodes.
But, you know, overall, pretty good episodes. I've never
They were
been
okay.
as angry with Seth Cohen as I am right now. And I did, just to be full disclosure, I saw an image from the next episode, from our first episode of next week, that has Anna on it, like a big picture of Anna, Seth's crush and brief girlfriend from season 1. So I don't know what they're going to do with that.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So I might end up being even more annoyed with Seth after the end of next week.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know.
Well, Scott, your next section. Do you have any style content you want to talk about this week?
No style. I mean,
Okay.
I
I didn't
liked
sing the song because I didn't think you had anything.
I
to
liked
talk about.
Ryan's vintage Berkeley sweatshirt that Sandy gave him. Looked
That's
good on
sweet.
him. Looked good on him. Marissa had a very pink Berkeley sweatshirt.
She did. Ugh.
I'm surprised she got in. Can I just say that without being mean?
I mean, it's understandable.
What are her grades? What do you think
They can't
Marissa's
be good.
average is right now?
She doesn't seem very smart. And I say that in like, I know that it's awful, but no, she does not seem very smart.
And it's like, I feel like she's missed more classes than she's gone to.
Yeah.
Throughout the course of these
Yeah.
these last 3 years.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that like everything that happened to her forbids her from getting into college, right? Like, I think there's still a college out there that will take.
It's
Marissa.
nice. Yeah. It's nice. that-
Berkeley. It's a nice school. It's a nice school. I don't know.
I don't think they would have really admitted her.
I probably not. Probably not.
Especially with her mom not being able to pay him off.
Yeah. How? I guess. Well, she's gonna marry, so
We'll see.
we will see. We didn't talk about that relationship very much. I appreciated the part in the Julie and Dr. Roberts relationship where Julie said, "Hey, look, Doc, I know everything we're doing right now is a test of this relationship, but I'm just worried about my daughter, and I that's more important to me than our relationship," which I think was the perfect thing to say to this man who has a pretty important relationship with his daughter.
Yeah. I think that's fair. Okay.
Is that it?
That's it.
Let's go on
Are
to
you ready?
relationship status.
Okay. We're going to start with Sandy and Kirsten Cohen.
All right.
Last week, they were at a 7 out of 10. This week, Sandy has continued to fall from his place as the untouchable moral compass of the show. Kirsten finds out from Matt that Sandy is in business with people who are trouble. She asks Sandy to stop and basically choose her over the company. Yet he doesn't.
Nope.
Make it home for their date night dinner. And Kirsten pulls out the bottle of wine. He almost drives her to drinking again. They're not in a good place. We're going to bump him down to a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that, but Kirsten pulls out, like, almost drinks about. If Seth hadn't walked in that door at that
Always
exact
Seth.
time,
It's always Seth.
she might have had that drink.
Yes, she dumped out the bottle, though. Good for her.
And I think the most important thing that we learned about Sandy in this week's episode is he learns that everything Matt said about this guy he's been working with is the truth. Like, I think in the past, Sandy had his out clause in his mind, which was Matt's lying. Matt's not really being real. And regardless of whether he actually believed that or not, he could say it. He sees the evidence, he takes the evidence, and he throws it in a safe, thus choosing the business. And I think the Sandy of previous years would never have done that. He might have started his way down this line, but the first time he saw tangible proof of the horrible things that were happening, he would have totally just backed off. And
Giving it to the DA.
it doesn't seem like he's going to do that this time.
Does it, Scott?
So yeah, that bodes not well for Sandy, which does not bode well for their relationship.
No.
It's a strain on their. I think a 5 out of 10 is more than fair.
Okay.
More than fair.
Okay. Tell me about Summer and Seth, Scott.
Okay, here we go.
It's a big fall. This may be our biggest fall yet.
This is it's I was trying to think of something that had fall in it, but I couldn't. It's like a Titan fall. That's a video game.
Okay.
Last week, we gave them a 9 out of 10. Finding their passion last week was not enough to keep them together when Seth is upset about his Brown rejection. Summer breaks up with Seth and gets back together with him because she felt he was pushing her away out of fear. Seth wants Summer to go to Brown, so he breaks up with her and tells her that he doesn't love her anymore. He regrets his decision almost immediately and is now working on a plan to get her back. But is it too little, too late? We'll find out next week. But for now, 2 out of 10.
It's true, Scott. 2 out of 10.
Ooh.
We're going to have to see.
The lowest, can we just, without spoiling the rest of them, the lowest of the week, Summer and Seth.
Well, no, there's one that's lower, but that's just because they're dead now.
Well, no,
I guess that doesn't really count.
doesn't count.
Okay. So Julie and Neil are next up. They were at a 5 out of 10 last week. Neil apologizes to Julie for making her feel like she was on trial and the engagement was just a test. He realizes that Julie needs help with Marissa and wants to work together. So we're going to bump him up 1 point. Not a lot, but just 1 to 6 out of 10.
Well, give him that bump. 6 out of 10. Pretty good.
Just a little one.
Pretty good.
Yep.
Can I talk about Ryan and Sadie now?
Yes, you can. For the last time, Scott, tell me about Ryan and Sadie.
Last week, we gave them a middle-of-the-road 5 out of 10. This week, Sadie and Ryan plan to go to Berkeley together now that Ryan was accepted. Kirsten and Sandy do not approve of it, and it begins to make Ryan question his decision. When Ryan and Sadie go together to the college bonfire, Sadie realizes that this is not really the place for her, and, of course, that she will be messing up his college experience. Bye-bye, Sadie. They break up. She goes to Portland for good. 0 out of 10. Off the board. Off the board.
No longer a couple.
Do you remember when Sandy briefly had a moment of old Sandy when he fantastically manipulates Ryan into realizing that this is a mistake without ever just like directly telling him it's a mistake? Where he's just like, hey, I talked to my old friend and he could have gotten you into one of the best dorms on campus, but yeah, I guess you can't go do the dorm thing or the meal plan thing. So, because you live in Sadie, so you'll have to get an apartment and you'll have to have a job. And it's just like,
You
fuck.
charging your eyebrows, Scott? It's the father eyebrow power.
Yeah, I need to think about this.
Make sure that you're working on
Can
that.
I get your makeup and just darken mine a little bit? And
No.
like, fine.
I'm already giving you my under eye depuffer.
Okay. We don't need to talk about that on the show. Look, folks, I was looking at myself on camera during my book club live stream last week, and I was like, damn, look at those circles. Look at those puffy circles under those ugly ass eyes. I need to do something about it. So I just asked my wife for some help, and she gave me help, and now she's throwing me under the bus live on microphone.
What else would a good wife do? Okay. Last couple of the week. Marissa and Volchik. Last week, they were at a 3 out of 10. Marissa keeps hanging out with Volchik this week. They party, sleep together, and avoid responsibility. Both of them seem to still keep things casual, but they also seem to keep things monogamous still. We're just going to keep them at a 3 out of 10. Not much improvement or...
Yeah. I mean, I wish I could say 0 here, but we're not there. We're not there.
Yeah.
So,
We have 2 more episodes this week to see if we get there.
yeah.
And so next week we're going to watch The College Try and The Party Favor.
Interesting.
And you already saw that The College Try had a picture of Anna.
Yeah, I'm wondering what exactly that means,
Okay.
why Anna is back in town. Maybe she's going to school on the West Coast and is there for... It's too early for, like, orientation. I don't know what... Because they haven't graduated yet.
They have not.
Orientation is usually in the summer, right?
It is.
So, I don't know. I think it's going to be all about Seth. Not only... Like, the thing that Seth hasn't thought about yet is that not only does he need to get Summer back, but he also needs to, like, find out where he's going to go to school next year. Because it doesn't say, but it seems like Seth applied to no other schools but Brown, which was a very bad decision. Even if, like, it's a very exclusive school, and they already said they only take one person from their high school a year. So you probably should have had some safeties there, bud.
Yeah.
And maybe he did. We just don't know. So I think the college try is like, he's going to try to get into college. I think that's fine. And the party favor, I don't know. It's kind of prom-ish, so maybe that's prom.
Okay. We'll see.
Maybe Marissa and Ryan will go to prom together as a favor to one another.
Interesting.
I don't know. But these are
The good predictions.
I think episode 24 and 25 are like a season finale two-parter. I'm not 100% sure. So
It would be good to watch them both together.
So this is kind of like the penultimate of the season in these episodes. So I think it's gonna be exciting. So I'm gonna guess, this makes sense. 22, something to do with getting into college. 23, prom. 24, graduation. 25.
Well, 25 is entitled The Graduates. So
that's post graduation, Elise.
Okay.
Duh.
Okay.
Duh.
All right. Well, Scott and everyone else, that's all we have time for this week. So if you like this podcast, you can check out all the other shows that we do over at doofmedia.com.
Yeah, a reminder that our Doof Madness tournament bracket
for round
elimination
1
challenge is going on right now. Round 1 is live right now.
I already voted in it, so everybody else should too.
There are 64 movies competing right now against each other. 32 matchups this week. Half of those are going to be eliminated by the end of the week. So vote now on which movies you want to see advance to the next round. That's doofmedia.com/doof.
Also, you can consider donating to our Patreon at patreon.com/doofmedia, where some of the movies that were actually part of March Madness were chosen for episodes by patrons who donated through Patreon. So
partially by patrons who donate through Patreon, partially by patrons who are at the Council of Doof level, which allows them to collectively choose a movie for us to watch each month.
Yeah, so if that's something that interests you, then just go over to patreon.com/doofmedia and give what you can, and we would appreciate it. And then you get to have an extra level of participation and maybe a little bit more meat in the game whenever you're doing the March Madness voting.
Yeah, make sure you put that meat in that game.
Yeah.
Like, are you really playing a game if your meat isn't in it?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Yeah. I always put my meat just right in that game.
Is it raw meat or is it cooked meat?
It's raw, and it's...
Or is it like a nice medium?
It's like still twitching a little bit.
Remember when I made that really good steak for Valentine's?
Yeah.
Except I put a little too much salt. Just a little. Mm-hmm. But it was good.
You just cooked it.
But I did a good job.
You did a really good job. You followed a recipe and it was really good. Thank you, Whiskey Cake.
We're not sponsored by them, but it's a good restaurant.
Whiskey Cake. Email businessinquiries doofmedia@gmail.com. Whiskey Cake.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Okay. If you happen to be listening to this via Apple Podcasts, you can go on over there and drop us a rating and a review. We would appreciate it. We love to get all 5 stars and some nice words about us. Anything else you want to add, Scott?
Only that if you're listening to this episode, you might have noticed that you haven't heard any clips from the show at all this week. My ripping software from my discs is not working properly, and I've just kind of given up for the time being. So I need to find some new software. Maybe when we come back for season 4, I'll get that again. But probably for the rest of the season, you're not going to hear the incredible, funny clips from the show, unfortunately.
Unless there's just something we can't live without. And then
I
he
find
may
it on
put
like
forth
YouTube
a little
or
bit more
something.
effort.
Whoa. It had nothing to do with my effort, babe.
I know.
This software I use...
I meant like effort to get your software before that.
I mean, I'm probably just going to have to buy some software. I've just been using freeware.
So we would appreciate if you go to patreon.com/doofmedia so he can do that. Thank you.
Yes, and also go there so I can buy a PlayStation 5.
No, we're not going to use that money for that.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay.
I can't find one anyway. I've looked.
Kohl's.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.